Hello guys, I'm Hesmiyu and welcome to another episode of Narcissu Side Second. This time I am playing chapter 4 titled 15th Summer. Those dazzling days, those summer days. Summer 99, Hesmiyu. Burning sunlight and a sound of cicadas. Today also looked like it will be a hot day. The third summer I've faced since the day I was first hospitalized. Of course, it's not like I was hospitalized the whole time. There were days interrupted with home and outpatient care. It's been half a year since the last came. The time I spent wearing pajamas slowly grew. And as if in direct proportion, the number of people who came to visit me shrank. At first, classmates came to visit me every day. People that were once called friends. But now, they had turned into acquaintances. Even if I meet them on the street, they leave after exchanging a few words of greeting. Soon, those acquaintances will turn into strangers, and someday I'll probably be erased from their memories. It probably makes them uncomfortable. For people who live normally, my very existence to them, even if they meet me, it probably doesn't raise their spirits. I'm probably the same guys who are thinking about me. And so, I think they decided to erase me. Yet, whenever the end of the school day came, every day I continued to watch for someone. And then, after half a year of waiting, I stopped looking outside. Finally, I remembered to close the curtains, accepted the fact, guessed at the reason. After 3 years, even I came to understand. It's not that they had forgotten about me. It seemed they had made as if from the start, they never knew me. Never saw me. As if there had been nothing there to begin with. They probably wanted to keep their eyes closed. Around when I'd been admitted in an adult hospital, when people had already stopped coming to visit me, and I had mostly been erased from everyone's memories. My family moved. From the freestanding home we had long lived in to an apartment. My mother had started working part-time. I am now back. I had a random phone call. And mother started working part-time in a nearby takeout lunch shop. The meaning behind it all, even I could understand. Hospital fees were no joke. Even if it is only a quarter, even if they only pay a quarter of it. In the ward, every day, it was a conversation topic for the patients. I came to know how the patients themselves felt the responsibility to the families, far more than families could imagine. And then, the small, old, slightly dirty wooden building that was our new home. On top of being smaller, Father's daily commute stretched to over 2 hours. Meanwhile, the distance I had to take to the hospital became a 3-minute walk. In front of that beat-up, cramped apartment, Father said, "The air here is nice and feels good, doesn't it?" Saying that, he smiled, and Mother smiled in the same way. Because the heat might aggravate my health, they put an air conditioner in my room. Of course, no other room had one. And Mother, who had just started going to a part-time job, often brought back croquettes and fries for me, saying there were leftovers. In that cramped room, we ate together. Always, they smiled happily. It was very painful. Their thoughtfulness was unbearably painful. Instead of feeling thankful or happy, I was filled with guilt. It's your fault. Probably, that's what I wanted them to say. I wanted them to blame me more. Being treated kindly hurt. I remember uncontrollable feelings of irritation, even anger, towards myself. If God were around, I wanted Him to quickly heal me, or if that wasn't possible, to let me die now. Everyone else was in the middle of erasing my existence. But in contrast, my parents sought to make me stand out. That was much more painful. Even as I was being treated kindly, I hated myself for being unable to repay it. I cursed the fact that one of the countless misfortunes in the world happened to fall on me by chance. In such times, smiling and putting on a cheerful air may have been what I was supposed to do. But all I was able to manage was to quietly eat the fries that I really didn't like very much. There was no silence in the air. The burning sun and the cries of the cicadas. When the white rainy season clouds cleared and it turned completely into summer, after being readmitted to the hospital for the nth time, finally I was discharged. But that wasn't the end of things. The word discharged also meant until the next time I was admitted, the beginning of a long life of outpatient care. Under the blazing sky today, I again walked 3 minutes distance in my pyjamas. To my mother, who had offered to come along, I replied, "It's alright." In my own way, it was supposed to be out of consideration for her. But the desolate look on her face at my words had also hurt. My feet happened to stop before some school. Most likely, it was an elementary school. Since it was already summer vacation, there weren't many people in sight. But in front of that empty schoolyard, for some reason, I wound up gazing. Without thinking, my feet had stopped. Occasionally, I would see happy children running around, and my eyes would follow them. Under the blazing sky, the long-sleeved pyjamas were hot. I felt strongly out of place, gazing at the schoolyard. After standing there for a while, I once again began to walk. However, not towards the hospital, but home. And once I returned to my room, I took out the sailor uniform that had been in my dresser. Sleeves I hadn't passed my arm through in 3 years. I just like new uniform. Previously, they had been worn for only a single week. And now, to me, they were the only clothes other than pyjamas I own. not even every day. Once again, walking under the blazing sky, the noisy cicadas, and Winnie's sweat was the same as just before. But the people who walked by, their eyes did not pause upon me. Even I, as part of the backdrop of the city, as a part of what builds up everyday life, felt accepted. And then, when I entered the schoolyard from earlier, before my eyes was a metal bar which was for small children to play with. I extended my hands towards it. Raising strength in my arms, I pulled with all my might and kicked at the ground. I remember the sensation of floating, and my body spins around. It's still okay. I whispered that aloud for some reason while I looked around from atop the bar. The strong sunlight made the playground seem right, and the heat made the ground look wavy. Occasionally, I could hear the voices of happy children, and the incessant voices of cicadas declaring that summer was their season. With my arms already beginning to shake from supporting my weight, I soaked up the present. Why was it that I suddenly wanted to do this, I wonder? The exact reason, not even I knew. By now, the times I wore anything but pajamas dwindled. The pressure from the need to do otherwise had also disappeared. Did I find that to be sad? Or perhaps I wanted to test if I still had the strength. I should be the same as everyone. Should be the same as normal people who were over there. So, just from a somersault around the bar, I suddenly making such a strange face. Because I felt that way, I forced myself to make a smile. But just as I was unable to stop shaking of my arms, it seemed that too was difficult for me. Cicadas called, filled the air. Hot. Even though it was still morning, the asphalt looked wavy from the heat. The day also looked like it would be a hot day. And in that, as always, I headed towards the hospital alone. With this distance, even though I could have gone in pajamas, when I had to go out, I've come to wear my sailor uniform. Most likely, I was still wavering. How long this wavering would continue, not even I knew. One day, I may just suddenly be able to give up. It was just that I had come to think that the span of 3 years was more than enough time for a person to change. Then, passing by that school as the entrance to the hospital was before my eyes. The button is falling off. In my hands was a small tote bag. I noticed the button that held the handle was fraying off. How long had it been like that? I didn't know. But coming all this way, I wasn't going to go back home. So I held the bag to my chest and continued to the hospital. The usual doctor, the usual exchanges, and today's examination ended. When my body's condition was stable, it was once a week. 3 times a week seemed to be a sign of a short hospitalization. With this week's examination was over. As I thought that, I headed toward the exit on the first floor. In the afternoon, the doctors weren't seeing patients, so the halls were mostly empty. Occasionally, a doctor would walk by with a group of intern-like people in tow. Nurses rushed to the first aid window. A patient, possibly under dietary restrictions, was in the shop buying snacks. The wristband was visible, green, as I heard was for digestive disorders. All of this was just the ordinary, everyday hospital. And in front of that shop was the first time I met her. "Hey, you." "Huh?" Suddenly, a bright voice called out to me and surprised me. Turning around before me was the pajama-clad figure of an Oni-san I didn't recognize. I had thought it might have been someone I met while I was admitted here, but I didn't recall the face or figure. "Yes?" "That button is fallen off, you know." As she spoke, she pointed at my tote bag. Might have been a simple act of kindness, or since I had already noted the problem, I had trouble finding a reply. "Why, yes it is." "Why, yes it is? That's it? You got nothing else to say?" "Dots." "Thank you." As I spoke, I lowered my head a bit. Because I already knew, my reply came out hesitatingly. But even then, it was too difficult to say, "Thank you very much." The Oni-san I hadn't seen before, her long black hair and bright voice left an impression. Looking at her slippers, a kind provided by the hospital, she was probably not an outpatient, but admitted. Looking at her thin wristband, the wristband was white. That was the colour I hadn't seen before. "Hey, how about I fix it for you?" "Huh?" "I have a sewing set." "But..." At her sudden words, I hesitated. But not over button that didn't mean much. These past few years, because my existence was always only being erased, I've had absolutely no experience with someone actively trying to relate with me. "Don't worry about it. Look, come here." Dots. "Don't worry, it's not like you'll be a weird place." With those words, she started walking briskly, and while wrapped in mixed feelings, I followed behind. We got into an elevator, or lift. Without a word, she pressed the button for the highest floor. 7th floor? "Oh, do you know about it?" Not much." The 7th floor, the place they call the hospice. I wasn't too familiar with it, and of course, I've never been there. For one thing, I've heard that people not involved with it were barred from entering. It probably meant that it is Oni-san here when we're headed to the 7th floor, he was a person from there. Soon the lift reached its stop, and right in the front door was the nurse's station. And when the doors opened altogether, the gazes of the nurses turned towards us. "Ah, this is someone I know." In that one sentence, they once again went back to their work. No one looked towards us anymore. It was just my first time here. But without putting my finger on it, I thought the atmosphere was especially heavy. The place the Oni-san finally took me to looked like a lounge area. It was very different from the third or other floors I've been admitted to. He didn't have the sofas or the TV. I'll fix this for you, quick, okay? With that, she took my tote bag and, with what seemed like a practiced hand, began fixing the button. And like her, I sat down in the sofa and watched. Even if I looked around, there were few signs of people. Occasionally, an elderly or helpless person going by about was all. By the way, did you catch a cold, or you're visiting someone? Thoughts. Right now, I'm an outpatient. I hesitated over how to answer, but said the truth. I added that I had just been discharged recently and was an outpatient now. I see. Looks like you got it hard too. By the way, what club are you in? Club? Well, it's supposed to be summer break, right? Oh yes, the uniform. As she spoke, she pointed at my uniform. You've been in a hospital, so maybe the literature club? Or maybe the manager of a sports club? No, not really. Not in any... Oh? That's an unexpected answer. Thoughts. Is it... do you hate pyjamas? At a sudden perspective question, I couldn't find the words to respond with. It's not like I hated pyjamas, but I sensed that precise reason would be difficult to put into words. And what that Oni-san had asked was probably aimed straight at that. They hadn't seemed to have been asked whether I like pyjamas literally. Oni-san, you're someone from here. Yeah, even though I look like this, I'm a resident of the 7th floor. I guess the short of it is, someone whose death has been confirmed. That which I had only known on level of rumours was now clearly spelled out by a resident of the 7th floor. He used the word death in such a bright and relaxed tones. At least it didn't seem like I could comprehend. This person, what on earth could her thoughts be? Hey, if it's alright with you, come again to play? Me? There's nothing to do and it's boring. Plus, for here, visiting hours go until late. And with that, he told me various things about the 7th floor. Up until now, it had been vague, but it seemed that the rumours that this was the place to wait and that to die were true. There were other rules, but I can't say any more. Why? Well, that should be obvious. Because you are not a resident of this place. It was only then, when she whispered that, did her face cloud. I thought the expression held loneliness, and it seemed filled with intensity as well. Right now, I was wearing these clothes, each with the lingering regret for once normal days. And unlike myself, this Oni-san, no, these residents of the 7th floor had probably given up on everything and already had made up their resolve. Well, even if it's just when you come for examinations, drop by. No matter how hard I try, there's only about half a year left. Ouch. She said that, and by the way of farewell, she once more turned her sheer face towards me. Long black hair, white wristband, and a bright, relaxed way of talking were my impressions. Still, neither of us knew the other's names. My 15th summer. This was our first meeting. Halt! A few days later, again I visited the hospital. However, it wasn't like it was an examination day. With alright review come to play. We rode on the Oni-san I met a few days ago. Maybe because I was somehow concerned about how the 7th floor plays, maybe I was curious for some reason. The lift bell rang. I came to the highest floor. With a nod to the nurses who looked my way, I made my way to the door that Oni-san had told me. I gave the door a knock. Ah, yes, come in. The door opened with a click. I came. Welcome, I've been waiting. Come, sit. It was hot today, wasn't it? Sitting up in her bed, he offered the folding chair next to her. First room on the 7th floor I entered felt a little different from the 3rd floor rooms I was used to. Sorry for the trouble, but you know, I was sure you'd come. You got plenty of time after all. But why did you jump to that conclusion? Because our job as a sick is to sleep, right? There's no other people in the world with as much free time as us. Thoughts? Oh, you don't think so? Not particularly. Ah, always a cool one, aren't you? Oh, I know, hey. Do you like ice cream? Thoughts? Oh, then you don't like it. Okay, it's decided then. Why didn't we go eat together in the cafeteria? Thoughts? You don't have to hold back. Oni-san here will treat you. You shouldn't go with strangers. What? That's what my mother told me. Thoughts? Ha 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 ha. I am really bad at fake laughs. Why are you laughing? Ah, sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, really. Well that's exactly right. You shouldn't go with strangers. It's Himiko. Huh? A princess's Himi with a child's co. And while we're at it, Libra, AB blood type. And you are... Oops. Aquarius, O blood type. Setsumi. Well then, we're acquaintances now, aren't we, Setsumi? Himiko and Setsumi was hospital friends. Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. Even in the pristinely white 7th floor, they resounded. There were Oni-san who called herself Himiko. Wait, this is from Setsumi then. Oni-chan who calls herself Himiko. Still, I knew nothing about her. For starting this day, a long summer was beginning. Is this an outro? Triffy, I may cut this bit out due to copyright. The long summer was beginning. But I hope you liked the episode. That's it for this time. I'm Hesmiyu. Goodbye.